Welcome to Let's Connect on this rainy Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. We have a few announcements to start us off tonight, and then I'm going to introduce to you our first guest, and also we'll also be hearing from the parliamentary representative for Soufrière Fossé-Jacques, Honorable Emma Hippolyte. So first off, we'd like to announce the death of Mr. Paulinus Alexander, better known as Manpoint of Belvedere Fossé-Jacques, who passed away last week, Thursday. The funeral will be on December 15th, 2021. Also, the funeral of Randolph Hippolyte of Bouton, who we reported last week, will take place on December 6, 2021. The Soufrière Fossé-Jacques Constituency Council would like to remind the public that disposal of bulky waste is on the second Wednesday of every month. Residents must inform the garbage collectors prior to the date and no more than 3 items per household. Okay? We have a public notice for residents of New Development Phase 2, that is those of you north of the Soufrière River. You are invited to a community meeting on Monday, 6 December at the mini stadium at 5 p.m. Main items on the agenda, first of all, to identify and implement necessary projects in the new development area. And second, to start a neighborhood watch. Please be punctual and wear your mask. On Sunday, November 20th, 2021, members of the Pierre Foundation paid a charitable visit to Soufrière. They donated food to the soup kitchen where an estimated 30 meals were doled out. There were also grocery hampers and blankets, which were given out in the community of Barons Drive. The reception was great, and it was noted that the recipients were in good spirits and very grateful. Our final public announcement, the cruise vessel, the Royal Clipper, will be docking in Soufrière on Thursday, December 2nd from about 1 p.m. Motorists are advised that there will be some traffic diversion, so please take note and drive safely. Okay. Before I introduce my first guest, please allow me to apologize on behalf of dear Gaston. She is unable to make it this evening due to unforeseen circumstances. We will now be joined by Honorable Emma Hippolyte, who is joining us virtually. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening, Sister Emma.
Good evening, Renata. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, good evening, St. Lucia. Good evening, Soufrière. Good evening, Fossé-Jacques. It gives me great pleasure to join our Let's Connect show this evening. I have been out of St. Lucia for a week. I'm back for a week, and I felt it was important to touch base with the constituent. It has been a hectic week. Today has been a hectic day. But I just want to remind all business persons, and I want to welcome the entrepreneurs, the young business persons who are on our show today. I am really looking forward to hear quite a bit of what the business is all about, and so that they can learn what we as a government have in store for them. But more than anything else, today we are also welcoming this week among us parliamentarians from the United Kingdom. And part of today was they're going to have a 3-day workshop with us. They are holding actually a 3-day workshop with us in terms of our role as parliamentarians, how we should understand, especially for the new parliamentarians, what it is to be a parliamentary representative, how do you represent the people, the rules within the parliament, and how do we relate with each other. So I attended part of this morning session, and later on after the show, I still have to go into another session with them. But Soufrière, I want to say, over the weekend, I spent part of Sunday having conversation with my constituent in Fossé-Jacques in particular. We know, especially persons living in Fossé-Jacques would know that the road has been extremely bad, a lot of potholes. We've had the drivers calling and asking us to pay some attention to it. I have been negotiating with the Ministry of Infrastructure for a little while now. So I want to thank the Honorable Stephenson King, who's the Minister for Infrastructure, for agreeing to send their potholing crew down to Soufrière. And sometime last week, they started dealing particularly with the Foshajak Road, and I'm hoping they will remain to deal with some of the roads near the cemetery and that road leading by the fire station leading up to the stadium, and parts of Wingsville. So I just want to tell all of Soufrière that we are aware that there are certain things we have to do, but we have all the time having to prioritize in terms of the limited resources that we have. So that is to do with the roads. I met with our Foshajak farmers, and they've got a challenge with the dasheen and what appears to be some disease getting the leaves of the dasheen brown and also affecting the fruit. So I've had conversation with the Minister for Agriculture so that we can see how best we can address the needs of the farmers. As well for the farmers, at our meeting, they raised the issue as well in terms of the high cost of fertilizer. Remember when we started sharing or distributing some fertilizer, I could remember purchasing fertilizer at about $40, 40 something dollars a bag. The farmers have informed me that the retail price now for a small bag of fertilizer is $85. And the bulk of that, as persons may know, is the high cost of shipping throughout the world, the high cost of shipping. And that is one of the impacts of COVID. There seems to be a backlog of vessels and containers up in the US harbor. And that, as a result, this has affected what you call the supply chain throughout the world. So we do not know when we're going to get a reduction, but as a government, we are trying to see how best we can get some fertilizer to help our farmers out. So you might not have seen me for a week or so, but I continue to go and represent you. Again, our trip in England was twofold. Some of you I have reported over the various news media, but I'm repeating a few of the items there today. I joined the Minister for Agriculture on that trip to the UK. For agriculture, the main purpose was try to assess the banana market and how it was doing. We were surprised when we got there to know that we had lost the market already, based on the challenges and the closure of Windfresh. So we had to sit and do a bit of negotiation. We were able to get a commitment from one of the two supermarket chains that we were selling to, and that is Waitrose, which is the smaller of the two supermarkets. And there are quite a few things that the largest supermarket, Sainsbury's, has asked us to do, and we are doing that. So for us, on the other side, for commerce, I was also accompanied by the technical team from Export St. Lucia, that is the agency from my ministry. And our objective was to try to get all markets for some of our what you call non-traditional manufacturing products, and also other agricultural products other than bananas. So I need to tell you that we got some significant leads, persons interested in some of the products that we have, and the team is now on the ground trying to do the things we have to do to cause that to happen. But in all our conversation, there are issues that we have to address, and we have to address it, especially within the ministry, within the government, our policy positions. The government, the Prime Minister has given a commitment, for example, to help financially with bananas, but we also need to put structures in place to assist the organizations like the NFTO, who's now buying the bananas. We need to prop them up to ensure that the systems are in place. We need to give support to the farmers on the ground to ensure that the production is right, because unless the production is right, then the quality of the fruit will not be right. So we have a lot of work to do in that area. Non-traditional crops, the same. We have work to do as well in terms of ensuring that our farmers meet international standards. So how we harvest, the packaging house, where we deal with the fruit, all of that requires a lot of attention. I had the good fortune to visit the Hotel Chocolat factory up in Cambridge, a very huge undertaking, very modern. They've used our piton very much in terms of the branding. And what we have received from them is a commitment to work with the government to help us expand our cocoa production. So I'll say all in all, it was a very successful trip, but the work must be done on the ground. Since we came back, the cabinet, we have reported to the cabinet of ministers. The cabinet has appointed one technical person to work with the NFTO, and then we have agreed to put a team in place to look at the whole strategy of dealing with bananas in general. So an overall team, cabinet of ministers will put that team together so that we can prepare a strategic position on bananas going forward. So we continue to work for you and with you. We know it has been a challenge, but we need to put the groundwork. We need to do the groundwork in order to increase our exports. For example, this morning, one of the first meetings I had at 9 o'clock was to address the board of the National Export Council, and that's the board of Export St. Lucia. And they have a significant responsibility, and their responsibility is to serve as the focal point for export development through advocacy, information dissemination, and public education. They also have the responsibility to see the implement the policies for export development. They are responsible for coordinating the implementation of the National Export Strategy, and that's a very important document that was developed. It started even while I was there as minister a few years ago. And they also have the responsibility to develop and implement strategic plans for export promotion, both nationally and internationally. So Export St. Lucia is very important for us as it relates to us using business, using agribusiness, using the manufacturing sector to increase our exports. Today as well, you had the Chamber of Commerce with the AGM. And just before coming on this show, I actually had to leave a very important event with the National Fashion Council. And they had what you call a fashion accelerator, where about 30 young women were trained in terms of the whole issue of sewing and fashion and business. And I left them. They received their certificates, but now they were pitching to get pitching their business proposals. One of them will win a grant to further their business. So we continue trying to work with our citizens. We believe that the focus must be on business, developing your business, whether you are in services, whether you are a hairdresser, whether you're an IT person, whether you're in ICT, whatever you are, whether it is you are in cake making, whatever it is, you need to refocus yourself, you need to brand your product, and you need to use the internet to sell your product, not only in St. Lucia, but throughout the world. So, Soufre, Christmas is just tomorrow, God willing, will be the 1st of December. Sorry, we 1st of December is next around the corner. Um, but we are working to see how best we can address different activities. How do we have a cleaning and debushing program so that we have a little change in your hands for the Christmas season? Persons have registered in my office, and as I came back, some 500 persons have registered to do some of this work. So the challenge for us this week is to try to see how best we can assign people some work so that some monies can come into your pockets. So with these few words, I want to thank 88.5, the staff at 88.5 for the work that you're doing in ensuring that Let's Connect gets to the community. I want to thank Reniata for anchoring the program. I want to thank you, the listeners and the viewers who continue to be on the program and giving us your feedback. It is important that we continue. It is important that we continue conversation and connection. One other thing I wanted to raise, only Monday this week, um, we had the launch of the on Friday, the Taiwanese St. Lucia Taiwan trade show. Very important um, exhibition as far as I'm concerned. For the first time this year, we had it both at the Grosile 2 days, Friday and Saturday at the Grosile Human Resource Center, but we also carried it virtually. And we had quite a few businesses on the platform, and accessing that platform, the platform is going to be available for the next 30 days. So I'm going to, Renata, try to share the link with you later so that you can inform persons as to the link so that they can go and visit and comment, and especially persons who want to get into business. Go out there, see what the businesses have to offer, see what is on the platform. And I want to remind you that if you have the right idea, if you have the right aptitude, the government is going to work with you so that your business can become one of the booths in the exhibition. So I have not met the entrepreneurs that you have with you today, but I want to commend them for the courage. Um, we know that the past year or so, COVID 18 months has been very challenging, but I want to commend you for staying the course. And that is what's important. It's not just being there and giving up. You have to be resilient. You have to look at yourself again, revisit your product, look at your markets, reorient yourself, but you have to remain in the fight. And that is how you succeed in business. So with these few words, do you have any questions, Amireniata, or anybody else?
For now, I'm not seeing any questions on our live feed. If we have any out, I don't know if we'll get throughout the show. But for now, we don't have any questions directly for you, unless Miss Abigail, who's sitting next to me, she said she does not have any questions for you. So
What type of business does she have, Abigail?
Abigail is multifaceted. She has so many businesses. She does nails, she does hair, she bakes, she makes candles, she makes soaps.
Okay, very good.
She's very multi-talented. So she's got a whole lot of things going on.
Okay, so
And
she's packaging her candles for Christmas.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping she's going to give me one as a gift for you, hopefully.
But she should be showing it on the show so she can get a few clients.
We'll have to showcase it on our Facebook page on her behalf. She didn't walk with anything. But we also have three other entrepreneurs in studio as well. So there's four of them in all. We have two persons in sales, that's Abigail and Miss Flavien. We also have a Cmos business and we have a tour business. So we have
Okay,
four very good
okay.
things to showcase tonight.
Uh-huh.
No questions so far on the chat, we do have a congratulations to the Fashion Council on their achievement, coming from the
Okay.
chat, and also Britain for assisting us in understanding good governance and good parliamentary procedures. Okay, so these are the two comments we have so far. No questions so far for you, Sister Emma. So
Okay. Okay. So you go. Okay. So continue. I
so
will
we'll
just listen to the show. Yeah.
our entrepreneurs, yes. All
Take
right. Thank
care.
you so very much for this evening.
Uh,
Do enjoy the rest of your evening.
I also I know we have the graduation tomorrow. God willing, you have the graduation of the Sufra Secondary School. So I want to congratulate the principal, and I want to congratulate the teachers and the students. Um, I'm hoping that I can get there at one point tomorrow so that I can hear them, see them, feel them, and try to engage them in terms of what their tomorrow will be. Yeah.
All right then. Well, I want to thank you once again for coming on to Let's Connect this evening on 88.5 Super FM. We will be coming on now with our first guest of the evening.
Renata,
Yes,
Renata, I just
yes.
forgot. Before coming onto the show, I spoke to Bobby Williams. Today is his birthday. He's on the vessel, but so I want to wish him happy birthday.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay then.
Take care.
Okay. All right, so let me repeat that. Happy birthday to DJ Bobby Williams of Force Jacques. Wishing you a very happy birthday today, coming from Honorable Emma Hippolyte and all of us in Soufrière. We're standing behind you, very supportive of the work you're doing. So I would like to once again introduce my first guest of the evening, Miss Abigail Emmanuel, who is coming from Wavinclair. And like I said earlier, she dabbles in so many different things. She's a very multi-talented young lady. I know her more for her cakes and her desserts. But I got to know this evening that she's also doing soaps and she also does nails. Abigail, my nails look terrible. I'm coming to you. So, Miss Abigail Emmanuel, welcome to the Let's Connect program. I'm very happy to have you here this evening. I know you said earlier that you were a bit nervous, but you have nothing to be nervous about. You're in good company this evening. All right. So, what is the name of your business and what products or services do you provide?
Well, the name of my business is Magnific. That's my nail spa. Well, for now it's just a nail spa, but I will be reaching out to hair waxing and other stuff. Abby Treats is my cakes and desserts, like you said.
Abby Treats, not treats. Abby Treats. Treats.
Yes. With Abby Treats, I provide cakes, cupcakes, pies, ice cream, cookies.
Do you make your own ice cream?
Yes.
What kind of flavors do you have?
Well, I have the cookies and cream, chocolate, pistachio, coconut, sour sop.
I was about to say, where are the local fruits? Where are the local
Yeah.
ones? I want a passion fruit ice cream.
I have never done that one.
I
I'll have
want
to
a
try that
passion
one.
fruit ice cream, Abigail. That's your
I'll have
task
to
for my
try that
birthday.
one.
I'm giving you that one for my birthday next year. Passion fruit ice cream for me, please.
No problem. Yes. And with Infusion 758 Hair and Skincare, we do hair oils, hair butter. We do locally made soaps. We do want to branch out into shower gels and body scrubs.
Okay. Can you say the name of the hair and care products again? What's the name of the business?
Infusions 758.
Infusions 758. So you
Hair
have
and
that's your
skincare.
Facebook page name,
Yes.
Instagram page name.
Yes.
Infusions 758.
Or you
Okay.
could just type Infusion and you go.
Okay.
Yes.
So can I ask about especially the hair butter? You know, sometimes they tell you not everything is made for children. Are your products safe for children?
Yes, it's very safe. I have clients who use it for the children, not only for the hair, but for dark spots on the skin, which
Okay.
looks miracles.
That is there turmeric in there?
No.
No. Interesting. Usually when you hear dark spot, you think of turmeric.
It has shea butter, mango butter, and I forget the other one.
Okay. And you have body oils, hair oils. So
Hair
what type
oils.
of hair oils? Can
Hair
I
oils,
use it on
yeah.
my locks? Is it for relaxed hair?
All types of hair. I use it. People with locks use it. It has rosemary oil. It has olive oil, it has carrot oil, and some chili powder and some secret ingredients.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
And the soaps, like Miss Emma was asking, are you going to be packaging any special soaps for Christmas?
Well, we do have a special for Christmas. All our soap bars are at $6 and the round ones are at 3. We have many different types of soap. We have moringa, ginger, coconut, vanilla oatmeal. We have turmeric honey. We have citronella, lavender, Floricida lavender. No, not Floricida. Rosemary lavender. Right.
But you do have a Glory Cedar soap.
Well, it's done already. That one goes very quickly.
Oh, okay. Because
That
do
one
you
goes
have an
very quickly.
assortment that you can purchase, like maybe a sample set where you can just try all the soaps?
Yes, you can purchase when you purchase all of them. We often give a discount.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, what was the inspiration or the reason for starting your business? How did all of these wonderful ideas come about?
Well, with Magnificent Abbey Treats, I won't say there was an inspiration. I would say there was more encouragement.
Okay.
I had a lot of family and close friends encouraging me to take my talent somewhere because I was probably just hiding it.
But they knew
I
about
knew
it.
that they knew
So
about
they
it.
knew you were able to do
yeah,
something.
They
Mhm.
did encourage me, and I took it from there.
Okay. So the name Magnifique for your how did you come about that name?
Honestly, with Magnific, back at school, we had to do a business plan, and everybody had the different names. Somebody had a Carrie design, and this one had that design, and I'm here, and I was like, it makes no sense to be the Abby design. So I started dabbling with different words like wonderful, all these words, and then I came across magnificent, and I was like, magnificent. And I started thinking about it, and I said, what if I put it in French? And then with that, it could have covered everything, not just a nail spa, not just hair or waxing. It could cover every single thing. So that's how it came about.
Okay. Wow. That's a definitely an interesting process. And
Yes.
you wanted to stand out, you wanted to be different. Everybody had
Different,
design,
yes.
and you ended up with a French word.
A French.
That's definitely a wonderful process. We wanted to, you started mentioning the Christmas special. Is it only the soaps? Do you have a special for the nails? Is there a special for the desserts?
Well, with Magnific, I do have a special, an end of year special. You can get both your hands and feet done for $70.
Oh, book me now. Book me.
For $70 with both acrylic, if you want acrylic, if you want gel, any length, anything for $70.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And with Abby Treats, well, my special has kind of ended, I should say, since I've had so many orders with fruitcakes. But yes, I did have a special for Abby Treats.
So, what was the special? Even though it ended, just let us know. What was the special for the Christmas fruitcakes?
Well, different size fruitcakes. I did introduce 2 of my other fruitcakes, which is a vanilla fruitcake, where I put no coloring and it's made out of wheat flour.
Okay.
And then I add a nutty vanilla fruitcake with nuts in it.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Okay. I don't think I've ever had a fruitcake with nuts.
See, that's the thing.
Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So, other than your specials, and well, I cannot imagine what else you would possibly be doing with so many other things. But do you have any sort of community outreach, or do you do any sort of specials for persons who aren't able to afford the typical services and products? Do you do any sort of charity, I should say?
Well, I should say, like, some of my clients would call me Miss Special. I always have a special. Once an occasion is coming, I have a special because I do know there are people out there who cannot afford most times. That's why my prices are very affordable. And I am right now in the process of joining with somebody else where they will be doing a giveaway and I will be assisting where either is nails or a cake or something.
You'll be sponsoring.
Sponsoring them, yes.
All right. So, you've had this business for how long now?
Well, with my cakes, I started with cakes. It's been a while. I didn't push it at first because I felt like there are so many people baking cakes.
Well, not everybody is you. There's the difference.
Yes, I felt like so many people had cakes. So then I stopped But then I started with my nails about 3, 4 years ago.
Okay, so what was it like having a business during COVID?
A learning experience.
What did you learn?
Learning experience. COVID has really taught me to be responsible and patient. Responsible being meaning like, for instance, I have somebody else to be responsible for. I have to ensure that they wear a mask. I have to ensure that they sanitize. I have to ensure that I sanitize my area before and after they leave, so that I can protect my family and also theirs. And patient, if there's one thing I've learned, you have to be patient in life. Not everything comes one time and things will be slow, but then sometimes you just need to sit and wait.
Well, that was definitely a wonderful lesson to learn during COVID.
Yes.
My final questions for you this evening is: do you think that you're able to sustain at the current rate it is now? Do you think it is something that you're going to be able to sustain? Something that you're going to be able to keep running? Do you think you might have to give up one of the aspects of it? Maybe give up cakes and stick onto nails, or do you think you might even be taking on more things later on?
Honestly, the kind of person I am, I think I'll be taking up more things.
I think so too. I can see
I'll
that.
be taking up more things. I do believe I can sustain and maintain my business because, like I said earlier, I don't want to branch out into other things. Like I always tell myself, there's nothing I cannot do if I put my mind to it. So I do believe I can sustain and maintain my business, keep it running, keep my clients satisfied and happy.
Wonderful to hear. I want to thank you once again, Miss Abigail Emmanuel, for coming in with your wonderful businesses. There's Magnifique, Abby Treats, and Infusion 758.
Yes.
Looking forward to I'm telling you, book me. I mean it, book me. Book me.
You have my
Please
number.
book. Yes. So I am booked. So thank you so very much for joining us. I know you have clients because tomorrow is graduation, so you do have clients waiting for you. So thank you so very much for your time. I wish you had brought more your products so that we could have done a little bit of a display here for you. Please send me some photos so that we can display on our Facebook page on your behalf. And I do wish you the best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you
so very
much for having me.
It was a lovely experience having you with us. My next guest is going to be Mr. Smith Philip of Jacques, who has his business Exciting Tours. Great. Thank you so very much. All right, Mr. Smith Philip, can you please tell us what service you provide with Exciting Tours?
Well, let me start by saying thank you for the invitation,
Not a
which I
problem.
appreciate very much.
No problem.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Well, the name of my I won't say my company, I say our company is Exciting Tours St. Lucia, the company that makes every tour exciting.
Yes. All right. So, what kind of tours do you offer? Is it just tours is such a wide word? Like, I need some definition in there. What kind of
Okay.
tours do you give us?
Well, the tours that we offer, if there are waterfalls that you want to visit, waterfalls.
I want to chase some waterfalls.
Yes, if you want to chase some waterfalls, definitely we offer these tours. They visit rainforest, hikes, bird watching, Mount Jimmy climb, island experience.
Is it only based in Sufre, or do you do island wide?
Island experience.
Okay. Is it land based only, or do you do water?
Well, what we usually do is that if there are people that want to do snorkeling or see anything concerning the ocean, as a tour operator, I organize everything for them. Yes, they reach us on our website and we take it from there.
Okay, so your website is just Exciting Tours St. Lucia?
www.excitingtoursstlucia.com.
Okay, you're on Facebook, Instagram?
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Yes, we have our Facebook page as well.
Okay.
And you can visit Smith Philip and there you'll see everything because, Smith Philip, exciting, the name exciting came from
It's synonymous with you. So that was
Yes.
where the inspiration for the
That's
business came
right.
from.
It was after Hurricane Thomas. You know, I was a victim at the time. You know, so that at the time I decided, boy, you know, the little that I was working for, it wasn't enough to sustain. You know, so from there in 2011, I said to myself, let me take it from there and go ahead with exciting tours in Russia. You know, we have different names: reliable tours, reasonable tours, and memorable tours. So whilst on tour with a couple of clients, they asked me, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I would like to have my own tour company someday." You know, I was doing tours for someone else, and from there, I just went ahead and they looked at me and they said the names are very good names that you can use in the business, but I don't see these names going into a business. Look at you, you're an exciting young man. So from there, I said,
Exciting
tours,
tours. Definitely.
exciting young man, about 3 times, you know, exciting tours, exciting young man. And I took it from there and I said, exciting tours, St. Lucia. And then I went ahead with it.
So how long have you been in business?
Well, we've been there for from 2011 to now, that's about 10 years.
Wow, that's definitely a great achievement.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
very proud to hear that. Such a young man coming out of Foster Jack and coming out of the devastation of Hurricane Thomas, and for you to be able to build such a strong business, 10-year-old. That's great. That's wonderful. I know Christmas is coming. Are you going to be taking a break from doing tours or
Well, oh my goodness. You see, taking a break from tours, you know, it's not an option. Because you see, there are people coming for Christmas and we already have tours that
you booked already?
Yes.
Fully booked.
Yeah, people have already contacted us. They want to do this for Christmas, they want to do that.
Are there any what's the typical special tour that persons usually do around Christmas time? Or if everybody just wants to climb the Piton, go to a waterfall?
Well, since COVID, what we did is that we give people the option of a discount price. We don't get the normal price. We scrap it off. Like we scrap it off. We said like at least on every tour we'll give them a 10% discount.
Okay.
Yes. And from there, if you're interested, you can contact us. Our number 7173172. Yes.
717-3172. That's how to reach you for exciting tours.
Yes. And since COVID again, we don't think only just for tours, you know, because when you have a company or you have a business, you don't have to think only about yourself. We think of others. So we have been giving back to the communities since when COVID started. We came across some friends of Boston, and we've been working hand in hand. So they were doing the charity works, like giving back to people in the state. But since COVID, they cannot do it the way they wanted. So when they came across, they saw after every event, because we bring exciting football as well in the community. We did an exciting climbing to Monjimi in 2017, and from there we decided, you know, let's bring it in the community due to circumstances that was beyond our control. What we decided to do is bring it to the community. So from the Monjimi climb, we went to the community. We brought in the exciting football, and we did it. We brought teams from a team from Denry. Yes, from the Denry All Blacks. They came along with us. From there, the first exciting football that was in 2018, and the team from Fonsejac won. You know, we got sponsors from the community as well, from Soufre, Fonsejac. We had sponsors like for instance, you know, the different sponsors. When they came and they saw the event, some we asked and they didn't, but when they saw,
those who came, they were impressed.
They were impressed and they decided to sponsor us. Like True Value came on board with us in 2000. And
so that's something you do every year now. You don't have
Yes.
the exciting football every year, because I think I do hear about that football tournament every year.
Yes, a Socoroma
Yes, and it takes place in Foster Jack. It's always in Foster Jack.
in Fonsejac.
Okay, that's great.
But trust me, if it grew bigger
You would like
and
to
better.
have it in other
We can bring it to
communities?
other communities. Who knows?
Yeah, that's definitely an achievable goal, I think, for you. You definitely seem to have the attitude and the zeal for it. I definitely hope to hear that you have an exciting towards football in maybe Grozile or in Viewfort or something
That
like
would be
that.
nice.
Yeah, I would like to hear that. So what was it like having a business during COVID? I don't know how was stores operating
Well,
during
to
COVID.
tell you the truth about COVID, when COVID struck us, I wasn't expecting that, and when I heard that you know tourists won't be traveling again, no plane won't be flying, I said, boy, you know what? We're in trouble with tours. And imagine not one tour. I said to myself, boy, when tours have to come back into fruition, it's like they will need something like one set of people that will be doing tours. Like before everything happened, I just
You started thinking.
thinking about it, and there I didn't do. It took me about a year and a half before I got
Another tour.
another tour.
But you're operating now, fully operational. You're fully booked for Christmas season.
Well,
So that's progress.
I will say it's progress, but the small that you get, it's better than nothing, and that's how I see business.
So there's definitely hope that exciting tours St. Lucia will continue for years to come, extending into exciting tours, football, soccerama, and you definitely believe that you'll be able to keep everything running, sustainable. It's something that you'll not be giving up on exciting
Well,
tours.
if I give up on exciting tours, I give up on myself and those that are with me. For instance, we have tour guides like Alvon, Joseph, Miguel, Joseph. We have Philip Paul working along with us. Our designated driver, Lucius Fauché, is with us.
Mr. Fauché,
And
big up Mr. Fauché.
yeah, the thing that we do, the thing that we do, we don't, as I said, we don't think about ourselves only, because when we do the tours, the businesses, they get something from it. The hotels, yes, they send the guests sometimes. When some of our guests come into St. Lucia, they reach out to us and they will ask us about which hotel is suitable to this place to go to and from, which is close proximity to the sites. So we can see it's Ladera, if it's Sugar Beach, where they really want to go to, we can think. So Exciting Tours in Lucia is not just a company that's there for only tours, but we on a broader scale in terms of bringing businesses to other businesses. Right now, there since COVID, what we started, we said like, you know what, let's bring something. I noticed there are a lot of young men that are interested in business, which I realize right now. Photographing is one of the business I saw a lot of young people taking them into. So I said, you know what, let me for instance, Taj, he's
Taj Stevens.
Stephen, yeah. I decided, you know what, let me try and promote him on my page. I took a photo of him and wrote a little something
Bio.
about, a little bio about him, and there. This other young man, he's a very good joiner. Junius Marius. We of Exciting Thoughts and Lucia said, let's take photos of this young man and let's just write something about him. And today he met me. He met me and he told me he's already getting calls. So that's to show you how much we of Exciting Thoughts and Lucia is not just thinking of ourselves, but we're thinking of others.
I like the fact that you definitely have a very community-oriented attitude where you want to showcase the people of your community, and I think that's very commendable. I want to thank you so very much, Mr. Shafili, for coming in. It was definitely wonderful. I wish I could give you the whole hour because I know I could get you into talking about all other things.
Yes.
But I do have two more persons I would like to
But
introduce.
before I say
Go ahead. What are
goodbye,
your final thoughts?
our final thought is that don't forget, Exciting Football is coming soon.
You have the date as yet?
Independence Day is our signature.
February
date.
22nd?
February 22nd. So, folks, I really appreciate the invitation, and I'm looking forward for us on.
We'll have you come back just to talk about football.
Oh yes, sure. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Thank you so very much, Mr.
Okay.
Philip.
All the best to all those who have been supporting Exciting Thoughts in Lucia.
All right.
Thank you.
So Exciting Thoughts St. Lucia is doing big Jacques, showcasing local talent, also doing a community football soccerama competition on a yearly basis. I want to introduce my next guest, Miss Christinella Flavien of Fort Saint-Jacques, L'Espérance in Fort Saint-Jacques. She will be giving us some information about her nail business. Welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Super FM, Miss Flavien. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Can you tell us what the name of your business and what products or services do you provide?
Okay, the name of our business is Nello's Creations, and we provide acrylic nails, nail sculpting, nail wraps, refills, gel polish, regular polish, and manicures and pedicures.
No massages as yet, waxing?
Not as yet.
Is that something you plan to branch into?
Well, I have a qualified massage therapist.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So I have a little kink in my neck right there. It's like, yeah, you can just stay back after the show. And
No problem.
All right. So what was the inspiration for starting your business? What got you into getting your license to be a licensed therapist?
Well, from a tender age, I've always been fascinated with beauty, nail polish, stuff like that.
Oh yes,
So-
you were like me watching pageants on
Right.
this. Oh yes.
So I went on to further my studies in beauty therapy and manicures and pedicures.
Okay. You did that in St. Lucia, or
In
you
St.
had-
Lucia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something that's still available here? Can people still go ahead and
Yes,
get
I
certified
think
the same
so.
way you did?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So what's unique about your business?
Firstly, I would say customer service, because I ensure that my clients are as comfortable as possible. I can also move on to say that my humor, my creativity, reliability. Yeah, I don't just ensure that the level of satisfaction is just met. I ensure that the level of satisfaction is maintained.
Okay, you
So-
go above and beyond.
Am I right?
All right. So
Mhm.
I can tell from your personality that you're definitely one of those persons who, when they provide a service, they focus on every aspect of it. The
Yes.
ambience, you
Mhm.
probably offer sparkling water when you come in.
Right,
I can
right.
see that. I can see that. I can see that. I get that.
Yes.
Okay, so Christmas is coming. We know that's usually the season where everybody wants to get dolled up. What are the specials you have on offer?
Well, just to give back to my valued clients, for just to show appreciation for supporting me throughout the years, I will just be giving. Well, this Christmas season, I will just be giving Christmas treats upon entry, and I do have a draw. Everybody who comes in to get a full set done, will be able to win one of three prizes, which will be held via a virtual. Yeah.
So what's the prizes
December-
that's
December
up for grabs?
30th.
What are the free prizes that are up for grabs?
Okay, the first one is a pedicure, gel polish, and a bottle of wine. Second prize, we have a pedicure with gel polish, and third prize, we have acrylic toenails.
All right.
Mhm.
So every time somebody comes in for a service, they get an option, they get the opportunity to
Right.
get a ticket for the draw,
Mhm.
which will take place later on.
Yes.
Okay, great. That sounds interesting. Do you have any sort of community outreach program, or do you do any sort of charity work for persons who are unable to typically afford their beauty treatments?
Well, I sponsor a few fundraisers, community pageants. I also assist with activities for the underprivileged.
Okay, all right. That's always a good thing to assist the persons in our communities. There are so many people who deserve a massage and they cannot afford a massage.
Yeah.
So I always think that it's great for businesses to definitely do some sort of community outreach. How long have you had your business?
About 6 years now.
6 years. So
Yeah.
you definitely were you able to? I know COVID was probably a very difficult time.
Yeah, it was.
So how were you able to maintain your business during COVID?
Well, given the given the global economic situation, it was very challenging. It was very challenging. Many clients' incomes got affected due to COVID. So it was very challenging, but I maintained the clientele.
And you made it to the next end of COVID. I like to say we were still in COVID, but we were on the other end of COVID. We were able to try something and still be able to maintain something.
Right?
So I'm happy that you've made it.
Like I
Over
said,
the
the
hurdle.
atmosphere, the
You know, once
Yeah.
you have that sort of personality, you always
Exactly.
have return clientele.
Yes.
But you think that you're able now to continue to sustain your business throughout the next few years?
Well, yeah. With the quality of services provided, I believe I am capable of sustaining my business.
So is the business located in Esperance?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you're not hard to find. You're on the main road.
No, yeah, right lower down the Adventist Church. Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely you can literally
Yeah.
hop off of a bus.
Mhm.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so very much, am I saying it right? Christinella?
Right.
Christinella Flavien of Les Ferros Force Jacques, Nail Tech and Masseuse Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for joining us on Let's Connect.
You're
I
welcome.
hope to take advantage of your services very, very soon. I'm
Yeah.
booking everybody today. So thank you for joining us.
You're
and
welcome.
I wish you all the best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
you.
My next guest of the evening is going to be Mr. Clydel Nicholas of Force Jacques, who has a Cmos business. Please join me at my desk for today. Mr. Clydel, is it Nicholas?
Nicholas,
Yes, I don't know why I have you as a Lovens.
Well,
I don't know.
Used to be Lawrence.
You used to be Lovens. I know I have you
Persons-
saved as Lovens.
Most persons would know me as Clyde Lawrence.
Okay, so Mr. Clydel, formerly Lovens, now Nicholas of Force Jacques. Please tell me about your business. What is it called? Do you have a name for it? What services do you provide? What products do you provide?
Yes, the name of my business is Hardwood Cmos.
Hard wood.
Hardwood.
Okay, hardwood
Not
Cmos.
hard wood.
Can you spell it just to make sure I have the right thing?
Okay, good. It's HADWOULD.
Interesting.
Yeah. The reason for the name Hardwood, it's twofold. In St. Lucia, you find that when you would ask persons to buy something, they would say, "If I had money, I would buy."
Almost like a shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Right. Hardwood. If I had, I would.
Okay.
Yes. And the second reason for the name is because of how it sounds.
I agree with you. It definitely stimulates some mental imaging when you first say the word. So it's like you should ask what the name of the business is.
Oh, yes. And especially taking into consideration what I'm into, Cmos,
Right.
and what is
Right.
why
What
they
Cmos
believe
is-
that
Okay, I get
Right,
it. I
so
get it. That's a smart move.
hardwood
I like
Cmos.
that. I like that. I like
Yes.
that. That's smart. So you've told me about the inspiration behind the name. Why did you go into Cmos though? What was the reasoning for Cmos?
The thing about it is, I'm a teacher by profession, and everybody knows that no teacher would be able to achieve their financial goals
Just for
just on a teaching
I used
salary.
to teach. I know what you're saying.
Yes. So then I thought of moving into something side hustle. So I used to make some of the tastiest pimis in Sufre, well, maybe on island.
Oh.
And
Interesting.
yes, all of that ended when one day I fell and hurt my wrist. So then I couldn't grate the coconut anymore, couldn't tie it up anymore. That happened in November of 2018.
Okay.
And in December, while walking in Castries, I was listening to a radio program, and somebody said something. I can't remember exactly what was said, but something was said that something just clicked in my mind. And I'm like, I'm going to get into Cmos. Just like that. I
The
never
person didn't
made-
say anything relating to Cmos, but it just
Absolutely
There was
nothing.
some correlation there that
Right then I called up a cousin of mine, asking him where it is that he gets his bottles for Cmos. And I knew where I would be getting the dried Cmos. And before that, I'd only made Cmos twice. The first time, I had to throw it away because it wasn't good.
Okay.
And the second time, after consulting with persons who knew about CMOS, to me, it tasted really good. I had other persons sampling it and they said that it was good. So in January of 2019, I made my first batch of CMOS for sale. 12 CMOS, 12 bottles of CMOS. The following day, I dropped it at the bar. The following day, the bar owner called me, asking me for 24.
Okay, you started with 12 bottles. Today, Tuesday, I bring you 12 bottles.
Right.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, you needed 24 bottles.
He needed 24.
Wow.
And I have been selling CMOS at that bar and other bars since then.
So you only sell at bars?
No, I move around on Sundays. I do home delivery. And I also, whenever I get a chance during the week, you may find me between the Excelsior Plaza and the Square.
Okay.
Yes. With regards to my, it's not just the CMOS drink, but I also do the Cmos Gel.
I'm not familiar with Cmos, so what exactly do you mean by Cmos Gel?
It's that product that is derived from different persons do it differently. I will not say how I do mine, but then you get that the CMOS and you get it into a gel,
So
nice
is that
and
something
smooth.
you eat as well?
Some people do eat it.
Okay.
You could use it in it's like it could be used as a thickening agent.
Oh, and I can see that probably like in cocoa tea.
Right.
Okay.
Also, you're making your smoothie. You put into tablespoons.
So it's like something that comes in a jar
Yes.
that you scoop out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Some persons also use it as a face mask.
Oh,
Some persons use it for things like eczema.
interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I've never thought of CMOS as something you could use. Because my only interaction with CMOS is through National Trust, where they spoke about using it as horse feed.
Okay.
So I am not really into CMOS in terms of, I've never really investigated it in terms of anything else. I know people drink it, and I know they use it as you can use it for manure, and you can use it to feed horses.
Right.
That's the only thing I know about CMOS. So I've never thought of. I wonder if you can use it in your hair, since it's a gel.
This I am currently working on.
Okay, a CMOS gel for hair.
Yes, and
That I think that would be interesting.
also a scrub.
Ooh.
Yes, but that's for later down the road.
The dried CMOS, can it be used like a loofah? In terms of scrubbing the skin, or exfoliator, I should say, maybe.
I'm not sure. I've never.
I think now that you say scrub, I know the dried one can be a bit, rough.
Yes,
so
yes.
maybe it's something you can use, almost like a pumice type of
understand. Yes,
situation.
yes.
That's definitely something I've never thought of in terms of CMOS.
But the thing about it is, when you wet the dry CMOS, it almost immediately gets soft. Yes, so it may not work.
It might, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it may not work.
All right, but
Yes.
those are definitely some interesting product ideas coming out of CMOS. That's something I've never heard of. You're making me want to go and investigate CMOS now. just for the mental stimulation of it all.
You should.
So with Christmas coming, do you have any promotions, any specials, buy 2 for 1? I don't know.
Well, not really Christmas promotion, so to speak. More, I do my promotions more in January, which coincides with the anniversary of the birth of Hadun Cmos.
Okay.
Yes, so I started off on, I think it was the 2nd of January. So every year at the beginning of the year, I have a promotion. I have not thought of what it will be for 2022, but there is definitely going to be some promotion from Hadun Cmos. For Christmas, though, I have I normally have the sorrel flavored CMOS. I have 11 flavors.
Wow.
Yes, I have.
What are those flavors? Please tell us.
I have the peanut, which is the most popular.
I've heard of peanut flavored, yes.
I have the plain one without any milk. I have the plain ginger, no milk.
Okay.
I have the ginger with milk. I also have the soursop,
Ooh.
pumpkin,
Ooh.
chocolate.
Okay.
As I said, the sorrel. And I have 3 fruit flavors. Those are no milk flavors. a blend of strawberry and pineapple. I also have the peach orange and the one that I call the berry blast, strawberry, blueberry, and passion fruit.
Now, with the strawberry and peach, are those artificial flavorings?
The strawberries that I use would be the frozen strawberries. I don't have any artificial flavorings. I don't use any artificial.
Because I know typically with fruits we don't find locally, you usually have to tweak it with artificial flavor.
But I use the frozen
fruits instead. Okay,
oh,
that's
now,
great.
well, the price of all the fruits and
everything is going up with COVID, and
yes, and I'm trying to stick to my price. I'm trying not to pass on the extra to the customers. It's difficult. It's difficult to do that and to keep to the same quality, but so far I'm succeeding.
I hope that you're able to maintain, especially in that aspect, because we know the prices are going up everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. It's interesting to see when you enter the supermarket what you can and cannot buy anymore. I'm starting to have to learn how to give up coffee because the price of coffee now is ridiculous. Yeah. So I would hope that with the fruits, especially when it's something that you want to stick to the health consciousness of it all. So I am hoping that that's something you're able to maintain. But during COVID, were you able to still maintain a profitable Cmos business?
Yes, not as profitable as before COVID, but I was still able to maintain, the success that I got before COVID. One of the areas that got a bit of a hit was the bars, with the curfew and all of that. Yes. So then less hours, so then less Cmos would sell. It will take a bit longer for the batch to be sold out. Yes. Recently, it has picked up. So it's getting back to pre-COVID. Yeah,
I always say we've come over some sort of hurdle with COVID. Right. It's not gone yet, but we're getting to a more comfortable place.
Indeed.
So I'm hopeful that hopefully next year, 2022, keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to be a good year all around for all of us. So,
I hope so too.
I'm hoping that you're able to continue your business up until you retire from teaching, and even probably further than that too, because you might retire from teaching and still continue Cmos.
Well, I no longer teach.
Oh,
I no longer teach, okay. And so after getting out of teaching, my Cmos business has been what sustaining me, right up until maybe about a month ago. So the business is good. It's good. There's always room for improvement, and
you have 11 flavors. What are you improving again? 11 flavors.
More flavors.
Oh my gosh!
Maybe the hike in the prices of the frozen fruits would push me to move into our local fruits.
How about vanilla? Is that something you can do? A vanilla Cmos? Because I think we do have local vanilla.
You're the second person to mention that to me today.
Oh, since you said chocolate, it's only because you said chocolate, I was like, oh, so there's chocolate, there should be vanilla.
That's exactly why the person mentioned vanilla.
Yeah,
yes.
That's why it came to mind, because I've never heard of chocolate Cmos.
Some of my flavors, the inspiration for some of my flavors would come from customers. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Oh, that sounds good.
So they basically send you back to the lab and experiment.
Right.
Okay, here's another one. Custard. Custard.
I'm taking notes.
Yes, custard. And I'm doing you the same thing I did to Abigail. I want passion fruit. I don't know how possible it is. But
yes, it is very much possible.
Because that's one of my favorite fruits. I want passion fruit everything. So
when passion fruit is in season, I would also have passion fruit. That's the 12.
Oh, you already have a passion fruit, but it's not in season right now.
Yes, so, passion fruit. Passion fruit was a challenge to some extent.
Because it's a bit tart. It's not exactly
right, and I made a mistake in adding an ingredient that I'll normally use for other flavors. The taste was there, but the texture was just not there.
Okay. I know typically you add a citrus to passion fruit.
Okay, I don't add any citrus. I cannot.
I don't want to know any of your secrets. I'm just, in terms of passion fruit in general, yes. I know typically you add a citrus. Lime or something to when you make passion fruit juice or passion fruit desserts, but I don't know with Cmos that's probably a whole totally different situation.
I
so
don't use citrus with my passion fruit CMOS.
okay.
But when passion fruit is in season, then I would have passion fruit CMOS as well.
Did the sugar shortage, or well, not shortage, but the the bit of a issue with sugar, did that affect your business?
It almost did. Thanks to some friends, I was able to get my supply of sugar. And you go to the supermarket and you only allow one parcel.
I think that's stopped now.
Yes.
There was a time where it was touch and go there for a minute. Yeah.
Once I entered the supermarket, and when I was told just one parcel, I said to the person who told me that, well, if I'm only allowed one parcel, then I need to put the rest of my groceries away because I need sugar to, and I was told one parcel.
Yeah,
But it's a good thing I
it was
had
very
some.
strict
Yeah,
at
I
one
had
point.
some sugar backup, and as I said, thanks to a very good friend, I got some sugar. So it didn't really affect me. What it did was it has me in a position where I have to prepare for these eventualities.
Yes, you have
Yes.
to. It's almost every business that uses specific items. You have to almost stock up or
Right.
figure out alternatives
Right.
in case there's no more.
Indeed.
I don't know if beet sugar might be an alternative at some point for you because it's still all natural. It's still along the lines of maybe what you're doing. So maybe you might or cane sugar.
I need to, well, anything that would help prevent these situations, I will always look into it and, always to improve.
Well, definitely, you definitely opened my eyes to Cmos and the wonders of Cmos. I think I'll have to start drinking Cmos. It was not something I am particularly fond of. So considering that there's a chocolate, that
Oh, yes.
might definitely have me drinking Cmos.
That's the favorite of quite a number of
I think
persons.
I might have to give. I'll definitely be giving you a call
No
to
problem.
try some of these interesting flavors of Cmos that you have. 12 flavors of
Anytime.
Cmos. That sounds unbelievable. Do you have a Facebook page, or Instagram page that we can reach you on, or
Facebook
a
for
number?
now.
Mhm.
That would be Hardwood Cmos.
HAD
HAD.
WOULD.
Right.
Right.
Hardwood. HAD WOULD. 2 words. Hardwood Cmos. And my number, you could get me on WhatsApp, 720 1612.
720-1612.
1612.
1612. Okay. All right. 720-1612. All right. I definitely will be giving you a call. I want to try some of this Cmos. It sounds interesting. Thank you so very much, Mr. Clydell Nicholas, for coming in to Let's Connect on 88.5 Super FM. It was definitely wonderful having you. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors, and hopefully we'll be seeing a very bright 2022, especially for Cmos.
Thank you for having me and for giving me the opportunity where I could speak about
No
my
problem.
business and my products. And I hope we all have a bright 2022,
Yes.
including Hardwood Cmos.
I want to thank all of my previous guests, Miss Abigail Emmanuel of Ravenclair, who has Magnifique, and I'm trying to remember all her business names, Infusion 758 and Abby Treats. And we want to thank also Mr. Smith Philip of Exciting Tours St. Lucia, Miss Christinella Flavien, who is based in Espérance Fossejac, and Mr. Clydell Nicholas with Hardwood Cmos. Okay, so it was definitely a very interesting night of businesses. And I didn't even know Super had so much talent. So I'm so happy, and definitely be going to give quite a bit of business to all four. I want to make 2 more announcements tonight. In terms of our Flow sign up, we have extended it to 1 more week. So persons who want Flow Internet for $20. It also comes, I believe, with 10 cable channels. So Flow Internet and cable for $20 a month. The sign up is extended for 1 week. Please come down to the Sufra constituency office to sign up for Flow Internet at $20. Also, a reminder to the public, disposable masks are to be thrown out at the end of the day after use. Please do not wash and reuse disposable masks. Cloth masks can be washed and reused. but not the disposable mask. Please throw out the disposable mask. Okay, so we want to thank you for joining us on Let's Connect on 88.5 Sufra FM. Join us next week, Tuesday, where I'm hoping my guest will be Dr. Lendor, and we will be discussing one of the latest circumstances happening this week. So we will be joining us next week, Tuesday, hopefully. This has been Let's Connect, and remember, together, let us transform Sufra for Sejak. Thank you for joining us.